Namaskar kids, it's Partho, your trusty companion from the Vedic IQ, guiding you through the captivating tales of Panchatantra. Children, as we know, the jackal Karkat was very angry on Damnak to have started the fight between two good friends, the lion Pinglak and the bull Sanjeevak. According to Karkat, for what happened, their master Pinglak was equally responsible. He added that the kings who rely and trust on advisors who are sly bring upon defeat onto themselves. On the contrary, if the king heeds the wiser advisors, they may overcome even the most difficult situations. In this context, Karkat recited the tale of the monk who left his body. Are you ready for this exciting tale? Bravo! Let's go then. Once upon a time, in the magnificent kingdom of the Kausal, the city of Ayodhya thrived under the rule of a wise and noble king, Surat. Now, speaking of Ayodhya, tell me kids, according to the Hindu mythology, which incarnation of Lord Vishnu ruled over Ayodhya? Is it A. Krishna, B. Narsimha, or C. Ram? Well, this one is a fairly easy question, isn't it? So kids, choose your answer. The correct answer, as you might have guessed, is C. Ram. Lord Ram was the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu who ruled over Ayodhya during the Treta Yuga. Alright, let's go back to the story. Under the rule of Surat, the then king of Ayodhya, there existed a sense of prosperity and happiness. One day, a forest ranger presented himself at the royal court. He saluted the king and said, "My lord, the forest rulers are growing restless, and among them, the forest king Vindhyak has become particularly troublesome. He needs to be taken care of." In response, the king called his trustworthy minister Balbhadra and entrusted him with the mission of subduing these rebel kings. While Balbhadra embarked on his mission to quell the unrest, a strange event unfolded in Ayodhya. A naked monk arrived in the city. He had a vast knowledge of an array of subjects, from astrology to prophecies, to horoscope and augury. The monk's reputation spread like a wildfire, and soon the entire kingdom was under his spell. It wasn't too long before the king, consumed by curiosity, ordered the monk to be brought to the palace. With all due respect and hospitality, the king welcomed the monk and inquired, "Is it true, O great monk, that you can read the mind of someone?" The monk, with an air of wisdom, replied, "Your Majesty, I let you be the judge when you see it yourself." He engaged the king in riveting conversations. The king's curiosity was piqued. Days passed, and the monk's daily meetings with the king became a ritual. However, one fateful day, the monk failed to appear at the usual hour. The following day, the monk returned to the palace like all the other days. He narrated an astonishing tale. He said, "O king, this morning I left my mortal body in my humble abode and adopted a celestial form. Then I ascended to the realm of immortals. There I received messages from the immortals, who inquired about your Majesty's welfare." The king, overwhelmed with admiration, questioned in awe, "Holy preceptor, is this truly possible? Can you indeed journey to the heaven?" The monk, maintaining an air of serene confidence, replied, "Certainly, great king. I undertake this journey every day." Captivated by the monk's claims, the king became increasingly absorbed in his presence. He neglected his duties and royal affairs. Meanwhile, Minister Balbhadra, having successfully pacified the forest domain of the kingdom, returned to the capital and entered the royal chambers. To his astonishment, he found the king in seclusion and engrossed in animated discussions with a naked monk. His face was filled with fascination. After learning of the situation, Minister Balbhadra went to the king and greeted respectfully. The king, after inquiring about the minister's well-being, asked, "Do you know this wise monk?" Balbhadra replied, "Know him, my lord? Who does not know the master of a whole school of learned preceptors? Furthermore, I have also heard that the preceptor travels to the heaven very often. Is that true, my lord?" The king, with fervent conviction, affirmed, "Oh yes, what you heard is true." The monk suddenly interjected, If the esteemed minister wishes, he may witness this phenomenon himself. Then the monk went back to his humble hut, bolted the door, and waited within. Minister Balbhadra, with a sense of curiosity, asked the king, "My lord, how long does it take the monk to return?" The king replied, "Why are you being so impatient, Balbhadra? The monk will shed his earthly body, assume a celestial one in its place, and then come out of the hut." The minister, quick-witted and insightful, responded, "If that is the case, my lord, I request that a pile of firewood be brought here so that I may set this hut on fire." Surprised, the king inquired, "And why would you want to do that?" The minister explained, "Because, my lord, when the earthly body is consumed by the fire, the monk shall stand before your majesty in the very same celestial body that he assumes while his journey to heaven. In this regard, allow me to share a tale, a story of the girl who married a snake." And thus, the minister told the story of the girl who married a snake. Now, dear young minds, let us reflect on this fascinating turn of events. In the story, what effect did the monk's presence have on the king's behavior? A. The king became disinterested in his royal duties. B. The king focused more on the matters of the state. Or C. The king became violent. Consider this question and select the answer that aligns with your understanding. The correct answer is A. Now one last question before we end today's video. Hindu mythology often features naked monks or mendicants. What do these ascetics renounce in pursuit of spiritual knowledge? A. Material wealth and possessions. B. Their families and loved ones. C. Both A and B. Kids, time to choose your answer. The correct answer is C. The mendicants, ascetics, or monks renounce their material wealth and possessions along with their families and loved ones in order to attain spiritual enlightenment. Alright kids, let's end this video here. Kids, what do you think? Does the monk really travel to heaven every day? What happens when the hut was set on fire? We will get the answers to these questions in the forthcoming episodes. Till then, take care of yourself and stay curious. Goodbye, Namaskar.